Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome to this windy, blustery, grey, rainy afternoon here at Farnborough. I live not a million miles away from here, and this is kind of what it's like today. It started off beautiful sunshine, really nice, crisp blue skies, and this is what we're left with. So I thought, what a great opportunity to take an IFR flight to Dublin. There's been a lot of talk recently about the Black Square Baron and Bonanza that's just been launched, neither of which really kind of appeal to me. I love the A2A Aerostar and the Comanche, not really interested in the Turbo Bonanza. But it reminded me I've got this TBM sitting in my hangar doing nothing, and I thought it's been updated. I've not flown it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's a really nice thoroughbred single turboprop. So why not take this for a flight? And that's exactly what we are going to do. And by the magic of my button, if this works, let's see. There we go. That is the route we're going to be taking. We're going to head off from Farnborough, loop round here. There is another route that we could have taken, or a few more routes that actually were more kind of northabouts, but I thought we'd go via South Wales up this way. We've got a SID, we've got a star, so we've got all those things chucked into it as well, which make life interesting. And essentially it's important to say this is very much a kind of a training flight for me. I'm not an expert at this kind of stuff by any stretch of the imagination. I'm trying to do more IFR stuff, but yeah, it's very much a training, familiarization, getting to know how things work again. I've only flown the TBM a few times actually, so this is going to be interesting. Anyway, you can hop in the back there. You've got the VIP entrance. That's interesting. Oh, so when I moved that flag there, oh, okay, you click one and it clicks all. Okay. Just removing the covers. The walk around on the TBM is a little bit limited, but at least we can check that sort of thing. Check the intakes. I wonder if we can close that. Yeah, we can even close that as well. That's good. Have a look around here. Have a look under there. I don't think we can do anything else with the walk around yet. We can't test the rigidity of our flaps, and we can't do anything like that, so we'll leave that as it is. We can now close up the back, put the steps up, and yeah, press the boot on. There we go. Come on, get the click spot. Okay. All good. Let's hop in. Bring the step up. Close the door. And now, there we go. That's all sealed. Now we're stuck here. There is no escape. Right, let me quickly lock that off and check the chat. Northland, good to see you. Astro, welcome. Roto Jez, hello guy, how are you? And Aidan, afternoon, Sir Rob Crashalot. Aidan, disappointed with you, sunshine. Has to be said. Disappointed. Good God, look at that. We've got a bit of sun just come out on the instrument panel. Now, I just realised something. What I haven't done is I haven't activated my Rex Atmos. Have I not? I'm just checking down there. No, I haven't. So let us activate Rex Atmos mode. And see what it does. I just find it quite interesting. Anytime now. There we go. Okay, so it's kind of darkened it a little bit. But I guess it... I always find when I first turn the Rex on, in the initial few seconds, it's like, ugh. And then suddenly it starts to feel, well, yeah, this is actually a bit more realistic. This is actually how it looks out there at the moment. I'm all good, Aidan. I hope the same with you, mate, despite the fact you've insulted my skills as a pilot. In fact, you're probably quite right, actually. Certainly, I hope that's not how this one goes. As I said, as I was saying just before, the TBM I am very green on, and it's a proper little rocket ship with our single engine turboprop, slightly more modern than I'm used to as well. So a few more things to remember, but it is great fun. I had a quick familiarization of where everything was earlier on today, and I'd forgotten. It kind of reminded me a bit of the King Air. I love the King Air, the Black Square King Air, and it brought back some happy memories of doing some touring in that. Anyway, right, so let's get back on to track. I'm getting distracted by the chat again. Guy, afternoon, Rob. I don't suppose you had the flight of 10 Wildcats, the better looking rotary kind, over your house? I didn't, mate. Were they in this neck of the woods? I didn't see or hear anything, but I must admit I've been a little bit busy today, so I probably wouldn't have noticed it. Right, okay, so let's get. I'm going to do something I don't normally do, but I actually found this quite useful earlier on. I'm going to pull up the, I guess, a SOBO checklist, for want of a better. Yeah, I got the full tanks, for want of a better description, because I actually found this quite useful, and normally I don't like it. I find having this checklist here in the screen, it kind of gets in the way. I tell you what does get in the way. My ugly mug. You want to see the instrument panel, not me. Yeah, I find it kind of gets in the way, but what I did find really useful was, instead of having to look across at another screen, look back, look across at another screen, look back, it is kind of all in front of you, which is rather good. Okay, so let's have a look. Crash lever is up, source selector is off, generator selector is main, starter is off, ignition auto or on. We'll have it on auto. I'm just checking. Yep, that is on auto. Exterior lights all off, gyro instruments all off, emergency lights test, that's up here. Come on. And we can see that you can see it has illuminated a bit, but if I probably should have got my head, but there we go. You can see that emergency light coming off. There we go. Circuit breakers all in. Let's check that, because these are all simulated. By the way, if once we get things wound up, if you find the engine noise is getting a bit loud, please do give me a shout. My I guess my levels are set on the last stream, which I think was a helicopter, so you might want the engine turning up or whatever, but it's your stream, so give me a shout. Let me know what you want me to do with the volume levels. You're more than welcome to drown me out if you get sick of my voice. I don't care. I just want you to be entertained. Right, so we've done that. Exterior lights are off. All gyro instruments are off. Emergency lights are tested. We've done that. We've checked the circuit breakers. The de-icing switches are all off. Landing gear control is down, and I'm checking my physical controller. There we go. That's why you have to do these checks. My physical controller was up. That's why that was up, you see. Not a good position to be in. AP trim is off. Radio master is off. Bleed air is off. Yeah. Air conditioner is off. Just having to have a proper look at that. Dump switch is guarded. Ram air handle, which is down here, is pushed in. Let's just scroll that down a bit. Auto fuel selector is manual. Hang on a sec. Lost my way now. Where the hell did we get to? Auto fuel is manual. Auxiliary boost pump is off. Tank selector left or right. Yeah, well, it's on one of those, which is kind of cool. ELT is armed. ELT is in the middle position, which is armed. Parking brake is set. Let's just check that. There we go. It is now. Again, my physical controller there. Manual override lever is off. That's down here. That is off. Power lever flight idle. It is flight idle. Propeller lever max RPM, and condition lever cut off. Flap control is up. There we go. Battery bus power is set to normal. And where did you go? Where did you go? Battery source selector, battery or GPU. So we'll now put it onto battery. There we go. Just listening to sounds. What have we got over here? We have got, oh, okay, interesting. So we're just down at 25 volts. And ideally, we want it just to be above 25 volts. So let's quickly call out engineering. Engineering, come over here. And I've got to remember now where we can. There is somewhere, and I can't remember where. Is it down here somewhere? This is where people be shouting in the chat. It's over here. There's a. I thought there was a button somewhere to recharge. Oh, recharge battery. Okay, well actually the battery is not too bad, but the voltage is just on 25, or just underneath it. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Not quite sure why, because we haven't got any lights on. But anyway, let's crack on. Where do we get to? Exterior lights panel, light test. So we go boof. There we go. Fuel gauges, we're full. That's good. And advisory panel, check 1. Check 2. All good. Come down here. Oxygen annunciator is extinguished. It is. There we go. Flaps are, sorry, I'm jumping around here. Interior lights is required. It's getting a little bit dark, isn't it? I guess, and that it kind of is where I am, to be honest. So now I've just got to remember where the lights are. Where are the interior lights? Where? Oh, here they go. Doesn't really seem to have made much of a difference. Maybe that might come on in a bit. We'll see. Right, where do we get to? Flaps down. They're travelling. And we can see them there. Landing gear light test. Yeah, all good. Pitot heat on. And then we're looking over here. That's gone out. And Pitot heat 2, install heater, that's gone out. Did I miss anything there? De-icing panel light test. Where's that gone? There it is. That's all good. And source selector off. So now we have to switch everything off. Okay. So we've done that. I will catch up with the chat once we get going. Before starting engine checklist. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Nose baggage door is closed. Wheel chocks have been removed. Engine compartment is closed. Cabin access door is latched. Pilot door is latched. Parking brake is set. Seat and seat belts are fastened. Oxygen pressure check. Okay, where is it? It's up. There it is. Oxygen pressure is good. Oxygen supply. We are now going to put on. Passenger oxygen off. Who cares about the passengers? Microphone selector is normal. That's down here, I think, isn't it? Yeah, that's normal. Starter is off. Ignition is auto. Yep. Landing gear control is down. A lot of these are duplicates of what we've already done, but it's always a good idea to check twice, especially if you're me, because you never know. Hang on a minute. Radio. We're not doing that quite yet. We're not turning the radio button before the source selector. No, I don't think so. So stop talking to yourself, Rob. So we'll have battery back on again. We'll do the horn test, because why the hell not? There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Door annunciator extinguished. And let's have a quick... Yeah, obviously doesn't do that yet. Okay. Fuel gauges, check quantity. Yes, we've done that, but again, it doesn't help. Doesn't hurt to check. Fuel selector to auto. Auto select annunciator is extinguished. Auto fuel selector shift. Auto fuel selector. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if we press that down here, there we go. It flicks over. So that all works. That's good. Engine instruments, check. So we have a quick look down here. These are all at 0. Let's do an ITT test. Yep, that went all the way up. And the light came on here. See that? ITT came up at the top. So that's good. So that's the next thing on there that we've checked. I'm trying to rattle through this as quickly as possible. Exterior lights as required. So what we can do now is we're going to start whapping things around is we'll have the nav lights on for sure. Okay, so that is the before starting engine checklist complete. And yeah, there you go. I am a little bit perplexed as to why. I wonder why those lights don't feel like they're coming on. There's obviously, it's not that switch. Kind of expecting those to come on a bit brighter. What am I missing? What am I missing? That's the panel emergency. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I don't understand why I'm not getting more. I'm not getting any lights. What am I missing? In the chat, if you know the TBM, tell me what I'm missing to get all the lights to come on, because it looks to me like there shouldn't be any reason why they're not coming on. Is it a click to switch on? No. Okay, let's get things going, and I'll keep an eye on the chat just in case anyone's got any bright ideas. Okay, starting engine checklist. Manual leader override is off. Power lever is flight idle. Propeller lever is max RPM. Condition lever is cut off. Source selector is battery. Auxiliary boost pump is on. Checking fuel pressure. Auxiliary BP annunciator is on here. Fuel pressure annunciator is extinguished. Fuel pressure is in the green. Ignition is set to auto, which it is. Start it on, and then what we're going to do is we are going to watch the NG. When the NG gets to 14, then we can take the condition lever to low idle, and we can start whirring it all together. And at this point, I'm going to shut up so you can hear the engine. And this is where it's important that you tell me if it's too quiet. Okie doke, is that a deal? Okay. So we just want it to stabilize at 14 NG. Checking the ITT. ITT peaked at 743, which is good. And we watch the NG now. Make sure it keeps going forward. We've passed 50, so we can have the starter off. We've got no oil pressure warnings. We can now put the engine into high idle. Boost pump to auto. Just having a look at everything. That's all good. What do we get to? Boost pump to auto. Auxiliary BP on annunciator is extinguished. Yes. Fuel pressure annunciator is extinguished. Yes. Main generator extinguisher. Main generator annunciator is extinguished. Yes. Voltmeter round about 28. Round about 28. That's good. Nice to see the volts doing, and our amps are ever so slightly charging. It would take you a long time to charge your iPad, but it's ever so slightly getting there. Right, so we've started the engine. After starting the engine, gyro instruments all on. That's all good. And where the hell is it? Here we go. Gyro suction is in the green. On slave here. Bleed air to auto. Fan flow as required. Where are you? Put it onto auto. Have the air conditioning on. Set the temperature to keep you nice and warm and cozy, innit? Cabin temperature set. We've done that. Air conditioning is on. Airflow distributor as required. Gonna leave that as it is. Cabin altitude is field elevation. Stick it round about there, and then we will put the arrow pointing up on the cabin climb rate. Prop de-ice. Check, we've got a green light, and actually yeah, there's no easy way of doing this here, so that's all good. Left windshield. What we'd also do is, if we have a look up here, I believe, and have a look at where they are, and then if we put the right one on, we should see a bit of a difference, but it's kind of marginal, and it's hard to show it on this. Windshield, where did we get to? Windshields we've done. Windshield heat off. Airframe de-ice on green. Okay, and off. Inertial separator on. Right, let's run over here. Ammeter is, what did we say? Below plus 50, yeah. Generator selector standby. Generator selector standby. Voltmeter, oh, I should have done that before, shouldn't I? Yeah, 28. Slightly below. But yeah, should have done that first. Generator selector back to main, and flappage we can now have up, and they are travelling. Yep. I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm going to, because I don't think it's told us to do it yet. Oh yeah, no, it's here, isn't it? Weather radar is off standby. I haven't played with that yet, but it is. Now we can have all this on. Let's test the electric trim. So we'll look over here. Yep, that travelled. There we go. Just reminded me. Uwe le rudder trim. because that's one thing I haven't had a look at yet. But I cannot see. We've got elevator, we've got aileron. Do you see the automatic tank switch over thing there? Is that a hatch? No. But yeah, I have no idea where the rudder trim is. So yeah, if anyone knows. Testing the terrain debris. Right, I'm going to quickly download my flight plan.
TAS system test OK.
Where are we? EGLF, EIDW. Activate. Replace. Yes. Back. And let's just lock off that. Haze 2F. Departure. With a Hazel transition. Correct. Runway 24. Correct. Load departure. Back. And then we're going to, our arrival is the Vater 4L. Always fun with these SIDs and stars about how you actually pronounce it on the RT. Vater. Vater 4 Lima. Vater 4 Lima, what is it? Select runway 28 is what's in the flight plan, but can always change with the transition of batteries. So let's load you. So you're in. So that's the flight plan in the Scooby. There you go. Pardon me for all these technical terms. Right, where do we get to? AP trim master on. We can now turn. Let's move you there. We can now turn the EFIS master on. Lovely sound that. Could almost pretend we're in a submarine, couldn't we? With that beep. Love it. EFIS source is left. AP trim is on. Done that. Electric trim we've tested. I'm a bit behind the curve because I missed it out. Let's have taxi light on now. That's all good. Inertial separator, annunciator illuminated. It is. We've got that on because we're on the Grund. And then that is all fine. I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Okay, so let's have those on now. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. That's fine there. That parking brake is on. Right, I'm going to check the chat now because I want to see if anyone has solved the mystery of the lights. A320, how you doing? Guy, that flew over to Middle Wallop. Okay, yeah, probably a bit too far. It's not a million miles from here, but probably wouldn't have seen them. Okay, people saying about dim lights. A320, you will get a significantly cooler start if you wait on inducing fuel. Yeah, that's what I did, mate. So I waited until I was looking for a stable 14%, but actually went a bit higher than that. And then I banged the fuel in there. I didn't bang it in straight away. Binky, how you doing? Jet jockey, rudder trim on yoke. Ahaha. Thank you, sir. Of course it is. That's what happens. And it's got... Oh, I wonder if that's working. I need to map that. But that... it's a similar to the... I think it's similar to the ATT on the Aerostar in that we can use that to change the pitch. So, interesting. Interesting. I should have mapped that. So... lights, check iPad electrical page battery bus. Okay, let's just move you over here. Let's turn that back on. Let's get rid of you. Let's have that electrical battery bus. So yeah, everything is everything seems to be working, unless I'm missing something really kind of basic stupid. Cabin access lighting and door motor. Well, not worried about that. Emergency lighting. So why am I not seeing any lights? The emergency lighting is working. Dun, 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 dun. But that is incredibly, let's have a look, if I just lock off the head tracking, let's see, if I start moving these around. I'm not seeing any difference at all. Moving those lights around, nothing. Okay. Well, once we get in the air, I might dig the manual out and see if because I'm surely I'm missing something obvious, because surely it can't be like that. It can't be as dark as that, surely. That's interesting. So that turned those lights on in the back. That didn't really do anything. I kind of feel that there's another switch somewhere, but I'm damned if I can see it. That's the reading light on overhead, so that's working. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Try individual light switches and cabin by each light. Oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I've just done. There are no other light. These are the interior light switches. I've got them all. That's the minimum. Got it turned up to maximum. And they're having no effect whatsoever. No effect at all. And this could get very interesting as it gets darker. Might have to dig the old torch out. We can have an IFR and ATC flight and pretend that our lights aren't working. Well, we won't be pretending, it'll be blooming for real, won't it? Okay, after starting engines, right, so we're going to, we'll just kill that for the time being, and now we need to call up ATC. So, quick check for myself, I have loaded in the flight plan, we need the ATIS, so I'm now going to look over to my BeyondATC, and just check that that's all activated, which it is. Let's have a look. Our ATIS is 128.405.
Temperature 11, dew point 09er, QNH 1004. Rain, landing and departing runway 24, transition level 070. Advise on initial contact you have information Golf. Farnborough Airport, information Golf. 1556 Zulu, wind 200 at 9er, light rain, scattered at 2400, temperature 11, dew point 09er, QNH 1004. Rain, landing and departing runway 24, transition level 070. Advise on initial contact.
Rain, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, that light thing is really irritating me now. Really irritating me because it's getting darker and darker, and there must be something. There must be something I'm missing, surely. Surely, surely, surely. It can't be this dark. Okay, I just nudged one of the levers and it's all gone a bit... Okay, no, I think we're okay. Yeah, that's alright. All the way to right is max. Oh, okay, so if I turn it... So if I turn it to the smallest setting... Oh yeah, it is. I can see it now. So if I ignore this line here, which makes it sound like to the left is brighter. Yeah, look, it's getting lighter. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Jet Jockey. You're absolutely right. It is the wrong way round, but by God, it works. Brilliant. Okay, so quick check. We've got our ATIS. I've got the flight plan. I now need to call ground and get our clearance. 12185. 121.815. Transfer. And let's just check where we are. Ramp 3. Lock that off again. Farnborough ground. Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra at ramp 3 with information Golf requesting IFR clearance to Dublin.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, Farnborough ground. Thanks for information, Golf. Expect runway 24, Hazel 2 Foxtrot departure. Squawk tree 265.
Expect runway 24, Hazel 2 Foxtrot departure, squawk 3265 Golf Mike Sierra. Okay.
Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Okay, so 3265 265 on, I suppose, Wilco Golf Mike Sierra. Just in case she starts shouting at me for ignoring her. There we go. So we're squawking the squawk 3265. We've got the QNH in, so that's all good to go. I can now take off the head tracking, or rather put the head tracking back on. Didn't mean to press that button. That's the one I meant to press. We can now put that down here. We haven't got the weather radar on yet. I'm so not used to using weather radars. We'll put it into standby. There we go, because we don't want to nuke these people standing in front of us. Okay, right. So we've done that. What have we got up here? Let's just change these to. That's already in centigrade. Quick check up here. We don't want the landing lights. We don't want the strobe light on just yet. That's all good to go. I'm jumping ahead. I should be using the official checklist, so let's get that out. Right, after starting engine, we've done through that. We're now ready for before takeoff. Terrain test. I think I've done that, haven't I? Yeah, that's so good. Just having a look at the list there. Okay, cool. Sorry, talking to myself. Right, so I'm going to get rid of you again and we'll call ready for taxi. Golf Mike Sierra, ready for taxi.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, runway 24, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Taxi at my discretion, runway 24, Golf Mike Sierra. Okie dokie. That's awfully polite of them. So, where are we? 24. Let's quickly show you on here. So we're here, and we're going to be using 24. So we'll taxi down Bravo, and I think we'll probably come on here. I think we don't need a huge amount of runway, so that should be all good. Okay, let's release. Release the parking brake. Yeah, that's all good. That's working. Bye. The ground handling of this is rather lovely. It's after tail draggers and having to use differential braking and all that sort of thing, it's heaven just to be able to steer with the pedals. It really is so much easier. But then flying tail dragger warbirds is so much fun in it. Let's just check where we're going. There we are. Hang on a minute. No, we've got a long way to go. It's the next one. Let's just change this. So we're going on to 242. It is a grotty day, isn't it? Go. Clicking around, looking at different things, and not steering the aeroplane. It's a crime, I tell you. See, the wind is definitely blowing today, that's for sure.
Fraction 551 Tango request IFR clearance to Cork Airport.
Good God, we've got another aeroplane.
Fraction 551 Tango, Farnborough ground. Expect runway 24, Hazel 2 Foxtrot departure. Squawk 4115. Hazel 2 Foxtrot departure, Squawk 4115, fraction 551 Tango.
Okay, let's have a quick look at the
551 Tango. Read that correct.
checklist.
Back when ready for pushback or engine start.
We've done the terrain test. Power lever to
Fraction 551
1900 RPM. And we've got to do the prop governor test, and I cannot for the life of me remember where the hell the prop governor test switch is. Where did it go? Where have you put it? Where have you put it? Come on. No pressure. No pressure. I'm used to with the King Air, it's down here somewhere. Prop governor, hold to test. Is it on the... Where is it? Let's see if we can find it by here. Prop governor. It's there, of course it's there. Right, hold to test. And then, there we go. Oh, that's what you meant to do, of course. So, we put the prop lever down to feather. There we go, that's it. And then put that there, and then I think we advance the, and it should stop at 18. Thereabouts. Then if I release it, it goes up to 19. Okay, so that's working. Power lever flight idle. Fuel imbalance less than 15 gallons, which it is. Auto fuel selector is auto. Auxiliary fuel pump is auto. That's all good. We will give that a tweak. Flappage we're not going to worry about. We have got pitot heat on, and de-icing systems we're not going to need. Inertial separator I am leaving on. Flight controls free and correct. Let's have a look out the windy. Get our yoke back up. Yep, that's all good. And rudders, marvellous. Advisory panel all off except brake and inertial. It's got beta. That's probably because I've, yeah, there we go, just had the lever a little bit too far down. Engine instruments check. Good, 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 good. Ammeter below 50. Yeah. Parking brake release, and then blah 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 blah. Right, there's some technical talk for you. Let's have the strobes on, let's have the landing lights on. That's all good, and now we can get rid of you. Okay. Oh, I need to kill that. Get rid of that damn thing. This is why I don't use the checklist. What was it? I was it's prop governor, wasn't it? There we go. Get rid of that. Okay. What am I going to do? First of all, I'm just getting my departure up. There we go. So 3,000 is the first altitude on the departure. Come on. Be a bit more accurate with the click spotting. There we go. Good to go. Quick check up here of the lights again. That's all fine. Smashing. I will anticipate nav and IAS. For that, we're going to use IAS mode for our climb. Get rid of that again. Okay. Ready for departure, runway 24, Golf Mike Sierra. Transfer me to tower, please.
Golf Delta. Romeo. Mike Sierra. You've already started your taxi, and I can't get you over to a new runway at this time. Unable runway change.
That's not what I said. I said... Okay, let's try that again. Ready for departure, runway 24, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra. You've already started your taxi, and I can't get you over to a new runway at this time. Unable.
Okay, so I think what could be happening here is that she has said taxi at my discretion. But maybe... Okay, let's get a little bit close to the runway threshold. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm just too far away. I just saw that stop there and stopped. somehow. I've had this happen at Farnborough before, but not this runway and not this ATC program, but a similar kind of thing where ATC got a little bit confused. Let's try again. Ready for departure, runway 24, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, unable runway change due to traffic.
It's not a change! It's me! Okay, we can... I'm going to let the... Why is it doing that?
Golf Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra, wind check.
Just checking something.
Wind 200 at 9er.
Okay, so it won't have changed that. Okay, so I think I've confused it maybe because of the point at which I've joined the runway. So based on what happened to me last time this happened, I'm going to come back on myself and we'll go down the other entry point and see if that makes a difference, see if that triggers it. The joys of ATC, you never quite know what's going to happen with some of these programs. It's AI, the future of the world. Oh, steady on, lad. Steady on. Right. Just trying to see if it's going to trigger anything. Ready for departure, runway 24, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra, you've already started your taxi and I can't get you over to a new runway at this time. Unable.
Aidan, you're absolutely right. It was the King Air at Farnborough, and it was a similar sort of thing. Okay, so let me think. How can I trick it? How can I trick it? Well, I mean, this is runway 24. It's the runway that she told me to go to. She said taxi at my discretion. Just thinking through the problem. Runway 24, taxi at pilot's discretion is what she said. I'm at the holding point for runway 24. I'm not sure what more I can possibly do. I'm not asking for a change to the runway. I wonder if let's just try something else. I'm wondering if and this is just a hunch, so bear with me, but let's what was it? 128.405. Okay, it won't let me select that, so maybe I need to go into here. I wasn't planning on using those radios. Somewhere there must be a way of selecting the extra. It's the kilohertz band, isn't it, or whatever? I don't know. What am I talking about? 128.405. 128.405. There must be a way that I can select the so I can select the additional, because that just doesn't make sense. Am I being stupid? That's COM 128.4.
All aircraft be advised, information hotel now current. QNH 1004.
There you go. So that's what I wanted to listen for. I wanted to see if the runway had if the runway direction had changed, and that was what the confusion was. Sod it. What I'm going to do is let's change. What was it? 128405. 128405. See if the runway's changed.
Contact, you have information. Hotel. Farnborough Airport, information hotel. 1626 Zulu. Wind 210 at 8. Visibility 10 miles or more. Light rain. Few clouds at 2,400.
Few.
Temperature 11. Dew point 09er. QNH 1004. Landing and departing runway 24 way. Transition level 070. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Hotel.
Okay.
Farnborough Airport, information hotel.
Let's just check we're back on ground. 121815. Oh, how can I trigger it to okay, let's see if I can backtrack it a bit. Ready for taxi, Golf Mike Sierra. See if I can get it back on the rails.
Farnborough ground, Golf Delta. Romeo Mike Sierra, proceed at pilot's discretion.
Taxi at pilot's discretion, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay. And we've taxied.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, proceed at pilot's discretion on Golf Mike Sierra.
Proceed at pilot's discretion on Golf Mike Sierra. I think it's gone a little bit mad, hasn't it?
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, I believe you meant pilot's discretion. Proceed on Golf Mike Sierra.
It's gone a little bit mad. Proceed at pilot's discretion, Golf Mike Sierra. It's saying proceed on Golf Mike Sierra, but that's my call sign. Okay, it's accepted that.
Golf Delta Romeo.
Oh my god.
Sierra, proceed at pilot's discretion on Golf Mike Sierra.
It has gone bonkers. It has gone bonkers. Ready for departure, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra.
Yes.
Contact tower when at runway hold point.
Okay. Contact tower when at runway hold point, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, we're at the runway hold point. So we have got...
Golf Delta Romeo, Mike Sierra. Contact tower when at runway hold point.
Oh, I have already said that. 122.780, but I don't want to break anything, so let's have a quick... Sometimes... Yeah, okay. So I'm going to switch... What did I say it was? 122.780, 122.780. No. 122. 122.780. Transfer. Co-pilot cat, this is not a good time to jump on my lap, sweetheart. I love you too, but we've got to fly. 122.780. Farnborough Tower, Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra. Ready for departure, runway 24.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra.
Yes,
Farnborough Tower,
we're on track.
1210 at 8, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
Copy the winds, runway 24 cleared for takeoff, Golf Mike Sierra. Right, while I quickly remember, what is... 227 is our first heading, so actually I'm going to select that because wrong one, idiot. 227. So I'm going to be wanting to turn onto that once we depart. Okay, let's go. Quick check up here. Yes, 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 yes. All the lights are on. Have you put your peanuts away? Yes, excellent. I said peanuts, no sniggering at the back. Crying out loud. What kind of a show do you think this is? Let's line up. Line up with the runway. And holding the breakage. Let's quickly get you back up in case you start talking to me. Okay, let's go. Let's have some power. This is not a twin engine, Rob. You only need to do the one lever, you idiot. Let's not overdo things. Twitchy twitch. Bumpy runway. Over the hump. Gently into the air. Gear up. Trim, trim, trim.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact Farnborough, departure 13.355.
Contact Farnborough departure 134.355 Golf Mike Sierra. Farnborough departure, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra with you on the Hazel 2 Foxtrot departure. Shut up, nothing more to say. Climb to flight level 120, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, so 120. Oh, let's get the nose down a bit. 120. We can go on to standard. And I'm just letting the nose come down a bit. We can close the inertial separator now. And where is it? Nav, IS, fuel damper on, autopilot on. There we go. So with the IAS hold on, we have a nice climb. We can put it into 850 mode now. Make use of the extra boost. There we go. So our torque has just shot up. Gonna leave the prop where it is. Quick check of everything. She did say 120. We need to arm that, you pillock. So that's all good. Everything else looks fine. We need to start pressurization. So she said 120. So actually that's more or less down. There we go. I'll leave it there for the time being. It is proper Mercs, isn't it, eh? Blimey. Let's have the those out. Let's lock that off. Let's have a look at the chats. Blimey. Thank you to those that were trying to point out where the governor switch was, by the way. Much appreciated. Guy, currently bringing the S76 up to London on basically the reciprocal to your departure. You've got some interesting weather inbound. Yeah, I've fly through a lot, but even I had to take some evasive action. Guardian Smurf, buckle up too, right, sunshine. Bum 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 bum. Posh boy, at least you're not flying a Spitfire. I would have overheated. If I was flying a Spitfire, my friend, we wouldn't have messed around waiting for blooming ATC to tell us what to do. We would have just gone for it. And here we go, the beautiful moment. Let's turn off or turn on some de-icing. Look at this. Quick check of the temperature. Yep, you're still warm, but I'm going to turn up a little bit. Look at this. This is what it's about. This is one of the interesting things for me of flying such a powerful aeroplane in the turboprop TBM. Contact London Control on 118.475. Good day, Golf Mike Sierra. 118.475. There we go. Can you hear the ATC, by the way, guys? Let me know. I want to make sure you can hear everything. London Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, climbing to flight level 120, passing through flight level 110.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, London Control, identified, climb to flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Golf Mike Sierra. We're going all the way up to
Speedbird 18 Alpha, contact London Control 118.775.
40.
London Control 118.775, Speedbird 18 Alpha, have a good afternoon.
There we go. Oh, let's have a look. Right. Catch up with the chat again. Zetenrag, turn on 850 mode. Yeah, it's on. I turned it on earlier on. Once we got above round about 4,000 feet, it's on. Zetenrag, a little quiet. ATC is a little quiet. Okay, it's a little busier now. Steve Monroe, sorry if this has already been suggested. Check for system failures. The black square TBM 850 includes details for failure system. A primary generator failure or a trip circuit breaker could cause the lights to go out or dim significantly. That's a blooming good point. Blooming good point. Failures. Active failures 0. So no. I think it was just. I think it's just that this is weird in that if I turn it in the volume up direction, as it were, it gets dimmer. If I turn it in volume down direction, it gets brighter. So yeah. Okay, we've got a hello. We've got a master warning there. We've got a master warning because you, great Herbert, you forgot to. There we go. So 245 we'll go for. There we go. Cabin pressure is now, we can see that's now coming up, and that should stabilize soon. So yeah, again, so out of practice using a pressurized cabin. I forgot that when we got the instruction to climb further, I didn't select the correct pressure, or I didn't increase the pressure on the system over here, but we've done that now, and you can see the cabin pressure is rising, so that is all good to go. and that should, there we go, that's blinked out now. We are all safe and sound, do not worry. Let's pop outside. It is so much nicer up here. It'll be nice when they implement the headphone mode in 2024 as well. It's in-op at the moment in the TBM in this. But that would be kind of cool. It's one of the things I like about the A2A aircraft, that you can put the headphones on and stick noise cancelling on when you're doing a long flight, and then you're not having to listen to it so much. But let's just lock that there. Oh no, we're turning. Let's lock that there. There we go. Anyway, how is everyone in the chat? I hope you're well. What are you flying at the moment? What are you enjoying? If you're doing IFR flying and ATC stuff, what kind of stuff are you doing it in? I must confess, if you're new to the channel, I should say I don't fly tube liners or anything like that. I fly warbirds and helicopters most of the time, but every now and again I like to learn new skills, and this is kind of one of the things I'm doing, is trying to get more into this kind of flying, using ATC, using procedures, trying to be a bit more of a grown-up. And sorry, I'm just getting distracted by the scenery. That is Southampton down there, and of course the Isle of Wight. It's so weird being this high up. Because I don't normally fly pressurized aircraft. It's kind of weird being so high. The Aerostar, we're normally cruising at about 9,000 feet. Helicopters much lower. So yeah, this is quite new for me. I tend to like to look at scenery and fly low and slow, but it's certainly fun being in the TBM. Zetenrad, I currently enjoy flying the Cowes DA40. Do you know what? I wish they would do a oh god, what's the big twin? Oh, there's one in default, and there's a mod for it. I want to say DA46, but I'd love for them to do that. Northland S76 in the Philippines at the moment. Oh, how's the weather over there? It's probably warmer than here, I should think. Guardian Smurf, I'm personally waiting for the Black Square Pros to hit the multiplayer, making the most of it in the C24R from Flight Simware, having just moved to FS024. Okay. DA60, that's it, Zetenrad. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. How's the sound, by the way? Let me know. Can you hear the ATC and all that kind of stuff? There's kind of three mixes going on. There's the ATC mix, the sim mix with the engine and everything, and then me waffling on. So it'd be good to know if you can hear everything clearly. Right, let's just come over here and I'll show you where we are. So we've done our departure. We're almost coming to the end of our star now. We've kind of come to the end of the star, SID, and we're just heading down to Southampton, and then we will be bouncing up here across through South Wales and then up round here to Dublin for our star, which this time round is straight in. Last time I flew in here, very stupidly, I got I guess you could call it target fixation, and I can't remember what it was I was looking at, but we had an arrival that brought us round this way, and for some reason, I don't know why, I got fixed on. I was looking at the instruments and I was looking out the window as well, rather than trusting the ILS, and I was looking at the wrong, I think I was looking at the wrong runway, or I was looking at a runway and looking at the instruments, and nothing really kind of matched up. And then I realised that I should trust the instruments because I was actually heading towards the wrong runway. And then I think I could see this, but not so much that. So I was kind of heading this way, and then I had to very quickly realise what was going on by looking at the ILS indicator, and then come in through this way. Idiot. Idiot. That's what happens when you don't trust your instruments. But there you go. Quick check, we've got no nasty warning lights on, and I'm hoping IS mode, nav, with this armed, I'm hoping it's going to level us out. Could have a little bit more power. There we go. Is it going to bust us through? I kind of feel like it is. No, it's not. There we go. Bloomin' gorgeous. It's done its thing, and it's going to level us out at flight level 240. I have not been this high in an aircraft in the sim in a long time. Good view of the Isle of Wight there. Okay, so I'm going to leave the power lever where it is. I'm going to bring the prop back down to 19, just to take some of that ferocity out of it. Let's have the de-icing off, because we're out of the visible moisture and all that. Although there is a little bit over there, isn't there? Let's see what happens. Everything else is looking okay. That's all good. Marvellous. Murdoch, you're in the 737. Yeah, I just can't. Do you know what? And I really do mean this. I know it's absolutely my loss, but I cannot get interested in flying any of the big airliners. But I know that so many people do, and so many find it so rewarding. But it's enough for me setting up a flight like this. It takes so long to plan it and do the whole ATC thing and do it properly. But to do it in something like a 737. I just don't think I would have the. I don't think I would have the patience, but it's absolutely my loss. I know that. It's INRAD DA62. Yes, of course, of course. Binky, I believe it's the DA6. Yes, 2. Binky says that's it. BPK, you've already answered this. Oh, you probably already answered this, but do you have any interest in the Black Square Bonanza and Baron Professional since series recently released? No, if I'm completely honest with you, I don't. Funny enough, I said at the start of the stream that there's been a lot of talk about those recently, but as good as they almost certainly are, they just aren't really of interest to me. I'm loving flying the A2A Comanche and the A2A Aerostar for piston single and twin. Not really interested in the Bonanza turboprop. I'm very shallow and I just don't like the look of it really. But I know that because it's Black Square, it's no doubt very good. But the A2A AccuSim system, that kind of external flight model, and all the kind of living simulation that's done externally to Microsoft Flight Simulator rather than having to be constrained by it, that for me wins every time, so I'm happy with that. But what it did do, all that talk did make me remember that I've got the TBM sitting in the hangar and I've really not done anything with it, and it's an interesting little rocket ship. And funny enough, I was looking at an old Stevio video and I thought, yeah, you know, it's It's interesting. It's different. It's a different kind of flying to the Comanche and the Aerostar. It's a turboprop. It'll get you up high. It's pressurized and all that kind of stuff. So, so why the hell not? So that's where we are. Polar Pilot, 37 Celsius in your cockpit? No, that's the outside air temperature, me old China, and the inside cabin temperature is 18 degrees over there. Yeah, no, if it was minus 37, I think you'd be able to tell by my chattering of my teeth. So yeah, good old TBM moving along quite nicely. 335 knots, fantastic. It is a proper little rocket ship, that's for sure. Lovely moody clouds, and yeah, Rex Atmos. Do you know Rex Atmos? I never bought it in 2020, and I got it for 2000. I bought Rex Atmos Core because I thought it looked quite interesting, and I'm so glad I did. And I hasten to add, I bought it. I wasn't giving it to review or anything like that, and I never ask for freebies to review. If something interests me, I'll buy it. Simple as that. And some developers kind of get what I do, so they do get in touch sometimes. But I don't think I'm on Rex's radar, and I was more than happy to pay for it because it does definitely add something to the sim. Right, just having a quick check of the nav just to make sure it's not doing anything silly. That's so good. We can stick the old weather radar on now. Reaper, are those the default clouds? Yes, they are, yeah. Default clouds, default weather. I'm just using Rex Atmos. Rex Atmos Core to change the visuals, as in the light and the shading and everything, but not the actual cloud structure. BPK, I missed the King Air. It works, mate. It works. If you're in 2024, it works. I'm trying to remember how I did it. I moved, so let me think. I think because I've got 2020 still installed on my system, I think I copied the black square folder from 2020 over to the community folder 2024, and I think it then worked. I might have had to have copied out the King Air as well, the default King Air, into the community folder. I can't honestly remember, but it works. I've flown it and it's beautiful. I love that wing view. Black square certainly gets some nice, really nice visual modelling, that's for sure. Yes, David, good question. Okay, let me put it back onto... There we go. So you can see here we have got destination ETA is at 1740 Zulu, so in about 40 minutes or so, and destination distances are 230 nautical miles. All the metrics down here. Reaper, looks great. Does Rex put a strain on the performance? Not that I've noticed, to be honest. Not that I've noticed. It just seems to work really nicely. Steve, the 146. Yeah, do you know what? That's an aircraft that people keep telling me I should try and that I'd enjoy, but it's just a little bit too much approaching the tube liner thing for me. But people keep telling me I'm crazy, and it's a lovely old steam gauge you know, relatively simple tube liner to fly, and I'm always a little bit, it's a bit like the Transel. Those two aircraft are two that I'm always a little bit tempted to have a look at, but never have quite pushed the button on. But they are quite interesting. BPK, the amazing thing about Black Square is that it's a one-man team. Yeah, very true. And funny enough, before I knew who he was, I used to watch his YouTube videos, his real-world YouTube videos. And then I found out later who Black Square was and thought, blimey, it's him. Him who does the real world stuff. Just have a quick look around just to make sure that everything's good. Engine's behaving itself nicely. All our T's and P's are good. One of the things, of course, you can do with Black Square, I know you know this, but I'm just looking out of curiosity. Engine condition 100%. That's a relief. I haven't broken anything. That's good to know. Quick look up here. Everything's good. Yip, 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 yip. God, you're absolutely right. Apart from 20 minutes trying to get takeoff clearance, it's funny. To be fair to BeyondATC, it's rare that something like that happens. And the last time it happened was at Farnborough in the King Air, and it was actually a different ATC program. Come to think of it, it was pilot to ATC. So there's obviously something weird about Farnborough sometimes about. You know, maybe holding points and taxiing and that sort of thing, but at least by tricking it, by I think by asking for taxi clearance again, it almost like reset that part of the loop, and then when I said that I was you know, ready at the holding point or whatever, it told us we could turn to tower. So sometimes with the AI ATC, you just have to kind of fix the computer, as it were. Kryptonic, it's been years since I did flight sim, and this shows up in my recommended. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it is, mate. Maybe it is. What kind of stuff were you flying in the sim before? And oh, when was the last time you flew in the sim? Actually, what was the last sim that you were in? Akratai, good afternoon. Just in from walking the dog and it started raining. Oh, do you know, that's what weekends are about, isn't it? Walking the dog. I've not had a dog for a number of years now. Work and things, it's a bit difficult too. And also we have co-pilot cat, which my wife, bless her, kind of adopted. But weekends are about walking dogs, aren't they? Or one of the things, especially this time of year, there's nothing quite like going out, walking the dog, and then the weather turns rubbish and you get in and the house is warm and you get a pint of Guinness, which of course is why we're flying to Dublin, and it's all good. It is all good. Quick check of the fuel state. That's good. The automatic fuel selector is doing its thing. Not got too much of a difference there. Quick check of the cabin pressure. We've got no warnings, and also that's where it should be without us being over pressurized. Temperatures dropped down to 15, so I need to turn that up a little bit. Don't want you getting cold. Going to keep an eye on that. Actually, let's lock that off there. Maybe that I need to do something else, but I think having turned the cabin temperature up, that should be enough. Air conditioning is on fan flow is auto, bleed is auto. That isn't changing though, so we will just keep an eye on that. Oh, of course we can use the old tablet, can't we? Kryptonic, I was mostly a citation guy and probably VATSIM. Okay. 1.5 years ago, before I built my new PC on. Okay. Oh, so yeah, you're recent then. And if you're doing VATSIM, then you know what you're doing. Jet jockey, bleed to high will work. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So let's see what that does. What I was going to say is, there we go, temperature's rising now. Where is it? Cabin. See if we can visualize it. So we can see the temperature there, 17 degrees. If I turn onto auto, we've got a red here, temp mode on, target 24, it's turned red. Oh, interesting, okay. So obviously I guess once you get to the higher altitude, you've got to turn the bleed hair onto high just to give it the extra oomph. Interesting. Don't remember having to do that in the King Air, which is what I've got more experience of. But then the King Air, you just whacked it on. There was no, I don't remember there being a high and an auto. You just had it on. So maybe that was the that was the thing. But we can see the temperature is definitely rising now to 18. So that's so good. What a lovely evening. Chasing the sun. We are. Jonathan, how you doing? Good to see you. Aquatai, absolutely. Meeting your neighbours and their dogs, having a chat at the warm aerophone. Precisely. It's almost getting Christmassy, isn't it? Oh, bit of a pause there. Oh, that was a long old pause. I hate it when it does that. When it does a pause like that of more than maybe a couple of seconds, you're just waiting for it to die. You're just waiting for that and then the black screen. But luckily it kept going. I love how you can see the lights through the clouds there. The lights on the ground. Contact London Control on 118.775 Golf Mike Sierra. 118.775. London Control Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, level at flight level 240. Kryptonic, how is 24 compared to 20? Honestly, for me, I prefer it. I've stopped using 20. Oh, there's the 7 bridge down there, or one of them. I know a lot of people are still staying on 20 and they don't like 24. Personally, for what I do with the with the helicopters and the warbirds and doing this sort of thing, it's absolutely fine for me. And the visuals, the lighting and everything, the extra detail in the ground, because I'm not normally flying this high, work really well for me. So it's that awful cliche phrase thing, no brainer, but that for me is it. I'm more than happy with it. Jonathan, have you tried the black square Bonanza? I'm sure you'll love it. No, I was saying just before, and I won't waffle on about it again, but it's not really, that pack that's just come out now isn't really my thing. I fly the A2A Aerostar and the Comanche, and for my twin and single piston, then that they are, you know, spot on for me. They've got the external AccuSim system, whereas Black Square is kind of tethered to the MSFS Sobo system, and I'm not really interested in the turbo. Is it the turbo Bonanza? Not really interested in that, to be honest. But it's what led me to get into the TBM, because I bought the TBM a long time ago, and it's what got me into that, because this is different enough to my A2A aircraft, and good looking enough that, yeah, I'm being very shallow, but it's what gets me into it. Now that's interesting. The lights are suddenly a lot more obvious, aren't they? That's weird, isn't it? Suddenly a lot more obvious. I wonder if it gets to a certain light level in the sim and suddenly the light shading comes on. Interesting. Let's jump outside. There we go, that's better. How wonderful. Yeah, there's no doubt that Black Square does a nice model. Although I think this is the... I can't remember now, I think this is the generic, isn't it? I can't remember if they tweaked the outside model on this. Was the TBM the first complete new one, or was that another one? I can't remember. It has escaped my memory. In South Wales, will we be able to see the Welsh mountains, I wonder? Not really. What about if we hop over? Hop over into the co-pilot seat. Looking down towards the valleys. I was going to try and do a Richard Burton impression there, but not a cat and owl's chance. Can't really see much through that cloud, can we? Let's back over and reset. That's it. Aiden, okay, thank you. Yeah, the darker it gets, the lights become more obvious. Yeah, definitely, because that kind of shading there that you can see there, that wasn't there before, even though it was a little bit murky. That wasn't there before, but something, it's like something in the sim has suddenly told the light algorithm, or whatever you want to call it, you can come on now, and that's come on there. BPK, I've been enjoying flying low-level IFR and piston aircraft as much. Yeah, you got to love the pistons, that's for sure. Guardian Smurf, I think they did. Doors now open. Yeah, I thought there was something different about it in terms of the outside model. I know the King Air was just really about the avionics and the flight. I think they potentially tweaked the flight model a bit as well, didn't they? Whereas the TBM, there was a bit more to it. And of course the Duke was a complete from the ground up jobby. Let's have a little look where we are, so you can see. I'm just whoa, didn't mean to press that. Let's get you out of the way. There we go. So just coming across South Wales now. Ebervale. I got told off one of the videos that I did where I was in Wales. Someone told me off for not researching my Welsh pronunciation before I did the video. So I'm not going to say any other names as we fly through Wales in case I incur the wrath of the Welsh speakers. But I love that. If you just look down there, you see the lights on the ground. So damn realistic and atmospheric. Jet Jockey, have you seen the cool wing leading edge boot de-icing effect? I haven't, but do you know what? We're going to see it now. I'm just going to lock off a view. There we go, that's locked off. Right. Okay, I was just listening to that. Okay, airframe de-ice, so let's turn it on. And look at the window, look at the boots. The black strips on the leading edge there. Oh my god, look at that! How cool is that? So that one, and then the other one. See the lights alternating. That is so cool. I'd not seen that before. Wow, that's attention to detail, isn't it? So temperature's up to 24 now, so that's all good. You're nice and toasty. No one can complain about the temperature, and the aeroplane is flying itself at the moment, so you can't complain about the flying either. You can complain about the onboard catering because that isn't particularly good. Let's face it, we are lacking a little bit of that at the moment. Although I do have a cup of tea, but I'm looking forward to getting the Guinness. I'm not much of a drinker, I'll be honest with you. I'm not much of a drinker. I'm certainly not a whiskey drinker, but I do love Guinness and always have done. Right, let's have a quick look around. Just check that we haven't got anything silly going on. What's that? So we're 140 miles out. Everything is good there. I'm just going to quickly bring up my arrival chart just so I can quickly get acquainted with that. So we're coming in there at or below flight level 240 and then scooting around that way and then in, and that we are landing runway 28 left and anticipating it's going to be ILS runway 28 left, so I'm just going to add that into my Navigraph charts. So that is there. Marvellous. 118.35. Let's get that in now. What did I say? 111. Yeah, 111.35. And let's just check you have got that for the correct runway, because that would be embarrassing. Yep, that's all good. So we can get that ready. So that's good to go. Let's just lock that off a second. Akrite, have you flown into Cork and around Kerry? Great food in Cork. I've been to Cork, or I've been in the Cork area before, and stayed in a very nice hotel, and yeah, the food was absolutely fantastic, as was the Guinness. But yeah, that was a good meal. That I was on my own and over there with work, and it was a night a bit like tonight is here. Actually, it was wet and windy and horrible, and I sat in the restaurant of this hotel looking out, and yeah, it was lovely, really nice. Guinness is a meal. It is, but by God, it's good. It is so good. Drink in moderation, folks, and all that. But yeah, it's funny. Things like lager, not really a massive fan of it. Bitter can be quite nice. Nice pint of bitter. I think now in pubs they call it ale. I'm not sure. I never order it, but Guinness just hits the spot. It's so smooth. It is heavy. It's quite robust and all that kind of thing. But yeah, it's that's what does it for me. Are you based in Cork? Lovely. Southern Ireland is beautiful. The lights down there. The detail is just exquisite, and they're nice little pinpoint lights. They're not kind of blurred, flared lights. They're I don't know how it comes across on the stream because I'm looking at a 4K monitor, but yeah, they're so accurate little pinpoints of lights. The foam of Guinness is like cream. Yeah, true, it is. Just listening to the engine a bit there. Sometimes it's a good idea.
Turn right, heading 130, climb to flight level 150, Gemstone 1 Delta. Gemstone 19 Mike Sierra. Contact total approach 119.555.
Wow, I heard Mike Sierra there, my ears pricked up, but it's not us. Oh wow, the last port of call of the Titanic. Yeah, I've never been to the museum in Belfast. There's quite a big Titanic museum there now, isn't there? And I keep meaning to have a look. That's just splendiferous. Looking down there. Let's have a quick look around, just make sure everything is where it should be. Scan of the old instruments. So good. Lovely jubbly. By the way, I just noticed Streamlabs is doing a good job of putting it out. We do have a Discord. It's got a really nice mixture of people there into warbirds, general aviation, helicopters and all that sort of thing. Mixture of different levels and experiences, and including some real world pilots. So the Discord link's in the chat there, so if you're on Discord then pop along and say hello and we'll see you there. Jet Jockey, interesting, no beacon light on external view. Let's have a look. The only one I turned off was that, because that was doing an annoying kind of... No, it's not doing it now, perhaps because I've got the landing lights off. But no, you're right. Maybe it's broken in 2024. It's definitely not there, is it? Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, people saying in the chat now that it doesn't have one. Ah, okay. Thanks, BPK. That's good to know. Must admit, I'd noticed that before. Guardian Smurf, really enjoying the change of aircraft, Rob. This needs to be a regular thing. Oh, what, the TBM or changing aircraft around? I must admit, I'm enjoying flying a turboprop like this. It's different for me. It gives me the advantage of being able to go up a little bit higher and being pressurized and all that kind of thing. And it's certainly a quick aircraft. And it's interesting to fly something different, that's for sure. Now, hang on a minute. Have the taxi light off. Don't need that. So we're just coming up to the coast now. We're about to head across the Irish Sea. Well, I say head across the Irish Sea, it's more kind of heading up the Irish Sea. Let me just quickly bring the map up again. Well, actually you can see on here, can't you? There we go. So just go up to the coast and then we head up that way. Lovely evening. I do love flying at dusk or dawn because the lighting you get and everything is just superb. And it's always interesting doing a flight where you kind of take off in the light and land in the dark, or take off in the dark and land in the light, so you get that mixture of lighting across the flight. quick scan of the instruments, check our fuel state, fuel's good and nicely balanced. Pressurization's good. Nothing to worry about there. This is all good down here. And you are at 24 degrees, so you are definitely nice and comfortable, and all that space in the back. Look at those prime leather seats. It's like a limo of the air, this, isn't it? Amazing. Sparky, how you doing, mate? Hope all is good with you. You're not working again today, are you, mate? Zinrad on the left side must be Holyhead Island. No, we're down south. So let me show you. Here you go. Let me show you. Let's get the chart up again. So Holyhead's up here. Wales is there, and ATC is calling us. Oh, it's interesting. I've not had this one before. Oh God, they're giving us instructions. Expect the VATA 4 Lima approach arrival runway 28 Lima, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. You Herbert talking to people instead of listening to ATC. That's ATC's way of telling you off. So we're confirmed on the arrival that we had in the flight plan, so that's all good. And we've read back now, so we're not going to get in trouble. Very nice, Sparky, and a bonjour to Dread also. Hope you're both well, mate. You'd appreciate this trip, Sparky. We're going to Dublin to get some Guinness because I've run out. So, yes, I need to... one of the things that I get wrong quite often when I'm doing this sort of thing is I forget that I'm meant to be concentrating on what I'm doing. So, let's see. Got all that set up. I've got the ILS frequency already loaded up for the anticipated approach that we're going to do. I've got the anticipated approach in my nav chart, so that's all good to go. I'd be amazed if we don't get that 28 left ILS. VATA 4 Lima, runway 28 left, and we are ready for descent. Golf Mike Sierra. Descent to flight level 190, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, so this is going to be slightly different. So it doesn't hunt
vertical track.
It doesn't hunt the altitude, this autopilot. You have to kind of do it. So I'm going to do it on I'm going to do it using the IAS. So I've just got to remember the procedure. So back on the... No, we want it there. I'm going to put it onto IAS. I'm going to come back on the power. There we go. We've got a descent in now. I've got altitude armed. It's maintaining the speed by putting the nose down. I know you know all this stuff. I'm just talking to myself just to remind myself. Guardian Smurf, no, you're absolutely right. They're not. If I put the dynamic registration thing on, then it kind of flashes all weird kind of black paneling. So it's not quite there. Ooh, what did you say? 19. Let's remember to change this, eh? .5, and we can see that it's depressurizing now. It's wonderful when everything works. So just got my hand on the power lever, so we're 1,500 feet. And we're descending, and we've got the altitude armed, and that should work. Just heard the tank automatic switch over. So it's like having a co-pilot. Keeping an eye on that, making sure we don't bust the altitude, but that should work absolutely perfectly. Altitude armed, IAS set to just over 200. Tone's just gone off to say that we are approaching it. And then once we're established level at 19, then we can put the power back on. But I wonder if ATS will continue our descent. We've got the capture notification come up on the altitude box there now. No, it looks like ATC just going to let us level off here for a while. So we are coming back. Altitude mode is now there, and we come back in with the power. Smoothly does it. There we go, and I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm just going to acquaint myself with the blah 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 blah. What's that? On if heavy? No, it's not. That's all good. Before landing, cabin lights off, altimeter check, decision height, no separator on under 200 knots. Lever max the RPM and landing gear, blah 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 blah. If you missed the beginning, by the way, and if it isn't already bleeding obvious, this is not a tutorial. Descend to flight level 070 Golf Mike Sierra. This is very much a training flight for me. So 070. IAS, pull the power back, and we'll start descent again. Contact Shannon Control 132.15 Golf Mike Sierra. 132.15. 5, transfer. Shannon Control Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra descending to flight level 70, passing through flight level 180. Almost.
Golf Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, Shannon Control identified.
Thank you very much, Treacle. And so we enter the realm of the cloud. Although it doesn't look too bad actually. I'm trying to, of course, because we're looking down at the sea, it's hard to gauge what the viz is down there, but obviously the horizontal viz isn't going to be the same as the vertical viz, but we will see. Now I'll tell you what I am going to try and do. Let's see. ATIS 129.64. 129.64. Now it's not doing it. And I've got the radio set. I can't select 6.4 because I guess the frequency interval isn't set for it, but it works in all my other aircraft, so I'm not sure. What am I missing? There's obviously a setting somewhere for the radios. And I am at a loss as to why. Okay. Reaching out to the chat. I've got this weird thing. Well, it's not weird. So I can't. So the ATIS is 129.64, and I can only get 625, 63, 65. Oh, I can get 64. What the hell was? What planet was I on? What planet was I on then?
Temperature 08, dew point 03, QNH 09908, landing runway 28 left, departing runway 28 right, transition level 060, advise on initial contact, you have information, Romeo. Dublin Airport information, Romeo, 17.
Yeah, great. Egypt. There we go. So we've got our ATIS. Propeller, yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? I must admit, it's been a long time since I've flown the TBM, and I haven't really flown it much at all, if I'm honest. But I am loving flying it. It's good fun, and it's nicely different from the A2A Aerostar and the Comanche. It's like a different style of flying an aircraft, which is all good. So quick check of everything. Altitude is armed. ATIS, that's coming down. Airspeed is locked there. We have a nice rate of descent. What does the arrival procedure say? Let me show you. There we go. So hopefully you can see that, because I've actually just cleverly... Yeah, you can. So this is where we are. It says to be flight level 70, so that's what we're aiming for, and we should certainly reach that by the time we get there at our current rate of descent, so that's all good. Happy with that. Hello, flashing lights over there. One of the things I love about flying BeyondATC at night with... Oh, Foz, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Good to have you on board, old chap. Yeah, you actually can see... You can't really see the aircraft during the day. They're not quite so visible, but at night you can see... you can see the other aircraft that are you know, on frequency. It's kind of cool. Dublin approach on 119.555 Golf Mike Sierra. Right. 118.775. There we go.
London Control, Ryanair 15 Whiskey Romeo. Good afternoon. Flight level 370. Ryanair 15 Whiskey Romeo, London Control identified. Ryanair 6396, England 4 Lima, runway 28 left. Report ready for descent.
Just waiting to jump in.
England for Lima, runway 28 left, ready for descent, Ryanair 6396.
Ryanair 6396, descent to flight level 160.
It's busy.
Descent to flight level 160, Ryanair 6396.
Dublin approach Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra on the Vatry 4 Lima arrival with information Romeo. Descending to flight level 70 and we are almost there, Golf Mike Sierra. That is not standard phraseology. That's going to break it, or confuse it at least. Yeah. Okay, set the power back on now.
Descent to flight level 100, Gemstone 1 Delta.
Okay.
Ryanair 561, contact Dublin approach 119.555. Contact Dublin approach 119.555. Ryanair
So that's the landing lights on.
Gemstone 1 Delta, clear direct Dublin. Resume navigation.
Cleared direct Dublin. Resume on navigation. Gemstone 1 Delta.
London Control Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact approach for landing clearance. Weather at Dublin is Sierra.
Oh, that's different. I've not had that before.
Shamrock 723, London Control, expect Golden 1 Romeo, runway 16.
Expect Gotham 1 Romeo.
Oh, I think I've confused it.
Shamrock 723.
Oh, I think I've confused it because I'm on approach.
Dead Air 507, descend to flight level 080.
Damn it, I've broken it with all my waffle before.
Flight level 080. Dead Air
So let's see if I can do it again. See if I can get it back on track.
Dead Air 507, contact Shutdown control 132.15.
Because it just gave me that instruction to contact approach for landing clearance. Well, we are on approach. Dublin approach Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra on the Vatry 4 Lima arrival level at flight level 70.
London Control Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, contact approach for further instructions. You're currently on the Vatry 4L arrival at flight level 70.
I am on the approach frequency. Okay, let's think this through. Why are you telling me to contact approach? We're on the approach frequency. Okay, do we have another approach frequency? So we're on 119.55, 118.775. Did I not change the frequency? Let's have a look. Contact Dublin approach on 119.555. You idiot! I didn't change the frequency. 119.55. Dublin approach Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra on the Vatry 4 Lima arrival level at flight level 70. Idiot! That's the kind of thing. This is why I said these are training flights.
Sierra Dublin approach QNH 0998. Expect the ILS runway 28 left with the pivot transition.
QNH 099 at 8, expect the ILS 28 left with the Pizza transition Golf Mike Sierra. That's what I'm talking about. This is why it's a training flight, because stupid things like that. I totally forgot to change the frequency, which is such a Billy Basic thing to do, and no wonder the ATC was confused, because it was like, you know, you don't tell me that, mate. I'm not interested. I'm not interested what arrival you're on, and all that kind of thing. You need to say, you know, tell approach. I've already told you to go and talk to approach. Right, what a Burke. Right, let's procedures. Approach, ILS and cross check. 28 left. Come back up. 28 left with the Pizza arrival. Bomb. Load. Yes. Back. Boof. There we go. You great pillock for getting that wrong. That's why I love this kind of flying, though. Seriously. This is what this is all about. It's about when you it's about challenging yourself, and when you make mistakes you learn from it. I'm turning that off because there we go. That's better. Yeah, when you make mistakes you learn by it, and that was a pretty damn silly one. Forgetting to change the frequency, as is forgetting to change the cabin pressure as well. I just noticed, but we've got no warnings on. But you can see how gloomy it is. Very gloomy. Gloomy indeed. Okay. Let's just, that's all working, that's all good. Just doing a few things before we get ready to land. Let's move that out there. Let's get up the checklist of doom. Come on. Before landing, cabin lights off. They're off. Got anything on up there? No, that's all good. Altimeters. So, what did she say? We're on standard at the moment. We're on flight levels, and I should have written it down. QNH 0998. 0998. Just checking that. 0998. And transition was at 060. Decision height is well, when I decide. Sorry. Yeah. Fuel quantity and balance is all good. Yeah. Propeller lever, max RPM. We're not quite ready there yet. Have I jumped the gun a bit? I think I probably have. Cabin altitude, leave it there because we're not quite going that low yet, but I guess 7,000 feet is pretty damn low, so that's probably why I have put it down there. That's all fine. Don't need to worry about ignition, airflow distributor, inertial separator, not at the moment. That's okay. Auto fuel selector, shift, what does that say? Shift to fullest tank. Well, you've been doing such a good job, computer, that they're both pretty much level, but I'm guessing it's the right one. There's a little bit. No?
Vertical track.
There we go. So that's all good. And then we'll pop that down. Where can I hide you? Where can I... Yeah, you can't really pop you there. Check over there, that's all good. We're about to do a nice left-hand turn, and need to be descending to 3,000 feet once we pass this corner. So I'm just checking. Apologies for all this yakking that I'm doing, by the way. I'm actually talking to myself, but I'm just checking a few things. So, split the ILS, London control, blah blah blah. You're currently on the battery for arrival. So we're on the arrival, and when we pass this point now, I'm actually going to descend to 7,000 feet as per the arrival, because we've been cleared on the arrival, and I feel that that is the right thing to do. So we are going to bosh you down.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 09 or 9 or 8.
Oh, there we go. She's done it for us. 09 and 9 at 8. I assumed because we've been cleared on the arrival that I could do that anyway, but there we go. And let's not be rude. Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 09 and 9 at 8, Golf Mike Sierra. And let's go to IAS mode, and let's come back on the power.
09 or 9 or 8.
Sorry, I thought that's what I said. QNH 09 and 9 at 8, Golf Mike Sierra. Steady on, old boy. Whack the power.
Delta Romeo Mike Sierra cleared direct pizza, cross pizza at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS
Wow.
runway 28 left.
Cleared direct Pizza, cross Pizza at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS 28 left, Golf Mike Sierra. That's absolutely fine. We're actually heading to Pizza anyway, so I don't need to change anything in the box. We do need to descend to 3,000 feet. We are on the QNH now, so that's all good to go. Happy with that. Bloomin' marvellous. Quick check up here. We have got landing lights on, so that's all good. And that's brilliant. I am going to turn the panel lights down a little bit more. There we go. There's our little indicator to say that we're about to level out. So we now need to get the old ILS in.
Dublin approach. Ryanair 998. Bravo. Good afternoon. Flight level 098 with the numbers.
Oh, we've got Tony Blair on frequency again. He sometimes appears over here.
3, Papa, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 09 or 9 or 8. Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 09 or 9 or 8, Ryanair 723, Papa.
So once we pass this point, we're descending to 2,500 feet.
07, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 09 or 9 or 8.
No, you're not. No, you're not, Sunshine. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Once we get to lap mode, then we descend. Okay. That's all good. We've got the ILS plugged in. 11135, so that's all good. Okay.
Cleared direct pizza, cross pizza at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 28 left, Ryanair 723, Papa.
Everything else is fine.
Dan Air 507, cleared direct Albino, cross Albino at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS
Quite happy
runway
to
28 left.
be flying a little bit slower now.
Cleared direct Albino, cross Albino at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left, Dan Air 507.
Now, question is, are you nervous? Nothing to worry about, okay? Nothing to worry about. Professional pilot in the front here. He knows what he's doing.
Expect the ILS runway 28 left with the Albino transition.
QNH 0998. Expect the ILS runway 28 left with the opening transition. Ryanair 998.
Okay, it wasn't Tony Blair. There is a pilot who sometimes appears in the premium voices who sounds just like Tony Blair,
QNH 09 or
but that wasn't him.
Descend to 3,000 feet. QNH 09098. Ryanair 561.
Kaiser Sausage, it does. It does. We were just talking about it earlier. You've moved the way I did it was I had the mod installed I had the black square King Air installed in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and then I copied the file over into my community folder, and I think I might have had to do the same with the default King Air, but when we finish the flight, I'll jump in the Discord and I'll check my folders and just check that that's what I did. Right, let's preempt, Roberto, and try and make life a little bit easier for yourself, as much as I know you like to make it hard. So 28 left, tower is 118.6. So let's get that ready for when we need it. Okay, so there we go. We're now set up nicely. Let's come back on the power, and I'm going to take off autopilot, start earning my keep. Tower on 118.6 Golf Mike Sierra. That's handy.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, Dublin Tower, wind 210 at 7, runway 28 left, cleared to land.
I hadn't even said anything. I hadn't even called her yet. Copy the winds, runway 28 left, clear to land, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, let's get everything set up, if you please. We're below 200 knots, so we need the inertial separator on. Thank you. Right, let's focus. Focus on the flying. Yes. I know, because I put it on. Oh, it's a wee bit blustery. Just tweaking it over a bit here, so that we are where we should be. Trim, trim, trim. Trim is your friend and all that. So much easier to fly an approach if the aircraft is properly trimmed out. I know you know that. I'm saying that to myself. Isn't the Discord alert sound funny these days? Flaps all the way now.
Dan Air 507, Dublin Tower, wind 210 at 7, runway 28 left, cleared to land.
Runway 28 left, cleared to land, Dan Air 507.
Obviously got a little bit of a crosswind going on. So we'll just get ourselves back where we should be. Have you off.
Runway 28 left, clear to land.
Runway 28 left, clear to land, Ryanair 561.
So she's just cleared another aircraft to land on runway 28 left. Well, that's where we are. That's a bit naughty. Little bit naughty. Last time I did this for real, you could only clear an aircraft to land on a runway once it was vacated, and you didn't have another aircraft on approach that had already been cleared to land. Naughty ATC, spanked body. Yes, definitely a little bit of a crosswind going on, but not much. I can't look over at the moment at my other screen that has the wind information on it. It's also got the chat information on it, by the way, so Apologies, I'm not ignoring you if you're chatting, it's just I'm concentrating a little bit.
Dublin Tower, Shamrock 585, ILS runway 28 left. Shamrock 585, Dublin Tower, continue. Roger, Shamrock 585.
I've noticed some aircraft really get affected by low-level turbulence a lot more than others, and this certainly did. We need to just come off the power a little bit. There we go. Just going a touch too fast there, I think.
$500.
Okay. Gear down, inertial separator is on, everything else is looking good. We have drifted a little bit when I put my head down. So, can we please get back on the centre line? Whoa! This is definitely getting affected by low level turbulence, my god! I've noticed that in some of the warbirds, you get to a certain altitude and all of a sudden the thing's going up. Jesus! The thing is bucking around all over the place. Okay. This is not normal. What the hell is going on?
Dublin Tower, Gemstone 1 Delta, ILS runway 28 left. Gemstone 1 Delta, Dublin Tower, continue. Roger,
That was
Gemstone
not
1
normal.
Delta.
Okay, we need to get back on track. Okay, flaps up.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, exit right at Echo 6.
And reverse thrust. Okay. Where the hell is Echo 6? This is not what you want to be doing. Stopping on a runway. Echo 6. Echo 6. Okay. Echo 6 I don't have on the map.
Golf Delta, Romeo, Mike Sierra, exit right at Echo 6.
Exit right at Echo 6 Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, Echo 6 is not on my map. So I'm going to assume it's Sierra 6. But what I will do is let's pull up the... because sometimes the maps are a little bit different. Okay, that's no good. Sorry, I'm looking at a map over here, which is why we're all over the show. Yeah, I know they're sequentially, Jet Jockey. The problem is on the map it's Sierra, not Echo.
Ryanair 561, go around. Fly runway center line, maintain 2,500 feet.
So that is saying Echo 6 on the... There we go. Okay, so I'm going to come off here, which on the map is Sierra 5. This is very confusing.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555, Ryanair 561, speak.
How weird. Okay, let's have landing lights.
Golf Delta.
Ooh.
Romeo, Mike Sierra, contact ground 121.8.
Contact ground on 121.8 Golf Mike Sierra. Interesting.
Shamrock 585, wind 210 at 7.
We shall discuss
Runway 28
this.
left, clear to land.
We shall
Runway
discuss
28 left,
this
clear to land, Shamrock 585.
when we get back. Interesting. Dublin ground, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra vacated the active. Request taxi to ramp 203 Lima.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, welcome to Dublin, ramp 203 left taxi
Ramp 203 Lima, taxi via Echo 6, Bravo, Mike 2, hold short, runway 16, Golf, Mike Sierra. Interesting. Joe, how you doing? So, Jesus. What on earth? Okay, we're going the wrong way. I got spooked by the bright lights. So, all-terrain TBM. Let's go back the right way. Look at that. That's what that thing is coming right up our chuff. You stay there, sunshine. We had clearance first. Good God. Yeah, so, okay, so let's think this through. ATC said Echo 6. The signs at the airport, this is the MK Studios Dublin, said Echo 6. But the Navigraph charts say something different. So I guess that means the airport hasn't been updated to the latest Navigraph? Or the latest AirAx? I guess that's what we're saying, isn't it? Look at that. I love that. A sequence of aircraft on approach. So cool. Do you know what? That's one of the things I find frustrating about sometimes when you're doing ATC stuff and you've got Navigraph, you've got so many different things in the sim playing together, and then a stupid little thing like that where they've and I know that Dublin, I know that this MK Dublin has just been recently updated. So I thought it probably would have had the latest AirAx, but maybe I don't know when they changed at Dublin. But that was definitely Sierra 5 we came off according to Navigraph. But there you go, one of those interesting little things sent to try us. Okay, so we are coming up to, where is it? There it is. Okay, so let's.
Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, cross runway 16 at Mike 2. Continue taxi via Mike 2, Mike 1, link 4.
That's very kind of you. Where are we? Come back. Cross runway 16 at Mike 2. Continue taxi via Mike 2, Mike 1, link 4, Golf Mike Sierra. There we go. Let us proceed.
31 Papa, ramp 107 left taxi via Echo 6 Bravo, Mike 2. Hold short runway 16.
I'm not taking any chances now. I'm actually using the map on BeyondATC, just in case anything else is wrong in terms of the taxiways designations and all that sort of thing. Why is it my telly? There we go. My telly auto off always comes on just as I'm taxiing in.
All aircraft be advised, information Tango now current QNH 0998.
Where are we going? We're going up here now. Oh no, it's that one. And then we are parking here, I believe. No, we're parking over here. We're parking with the big boys.
Ryanair 998 Bravo, ramp 126 taxi via Echo 6 Bravo, Mike 2. Hold short runway 16.
There's actually an aircraft in our spot. That's where we've been told to go, where Matey Boy is in the pretzel bomber. They're all loading up their sarnies and coffees and all that sort of thing now. Right, let's have parking brake on. Let's have that there. That's all good. I'm going to turn off the radio now. And I'm also going to close BeyondATC because that will keep talking. Otherwise, where are you gone? Where's the window? Come the bitter. There we go. That's closed down. Checkus Listus Maximus. Post-flight. After landing, mop brow. Put on hero smile. Go off terrain. Inertial separator is on. Bleed air is required. Blah 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 blah. You forgot to turn the weather radar off, but I've turned off all those now. That's all done. Done. Oxygen supply. Can't see a bleeding thing now. It was up there, wasn't it? There we go. I just turned on the wrong one. No, I was imagining it. Shutdown. Parking brake set it is. Parking brake illuminated. Illuminated, yes it is. Taxi light off. Bleed air off. Cabin differential depressurized. Yes, it is. We're going to put that back there. But everything is looking fine with that. So happy with that. Air conditioner off. Put the fan to low. Don't need that anymore. That's all good. What's that? Idle for 1 minute. Well, we certainly be doing that with all the waffling that I've been doing. That's for sure. Oh no. That's there. All the gyros off. That's a good. EFIS master off. AP trim off. Radio master off, we've already done that. Propeller lever, what does that say? Feather for 15 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just let that all wind down nicely, so that's where it should be, and then condition lever to cut off. Auxiliary boost pump off. Fuel selector manual. Tank selector pull for off. There we go. Bloody hell, where did we get to? So many things to do. Tank selector pull for off. Inertial separator off. Oh, and we'll switch the pitot heats off as well. Exterior lights are all off now with the nav light off. Ignition is to brain gone off. Generator selector to main, which is where it... Oh, no, there it is, to main. Source selector to off. It's all going to go horribly dark now. And we've got a torch. It's just me and a torch. Crash lever down. That's nice, isn't it? Inspiring. Crash lever is down. And now is the time, folks. If I can get this thing to... Why won't the door open? Get rid of you. Hang on a minute. Did I? Yeah, I turned the passenger oxygen on. That was what I wanted to turn off. There we go. Press to unlock. There we go. Right, bail out everyone. Let's get the ladder down. Let's jump outside. Wobbly leg time. There we go. There is our TBM disappearing into the night. I'm going to lock off the head tracking now. There we go. Down at Dublin. A quick check over of the chat. Joe, I'm good, thanks. New to the channel. I'm new to MFS, but loving it. I've been looking at different live streams to get a few hints. Oh, that's great. Cool. Okay, Joe. Well, I hope that didn't put you off too much. That was a very... So two things I just want to bring back from that. One, the weird weird and vicious turbulence just a few hundred feet off the ground. That was quite incredible. I've seen that before in the Hellcat, and I've seen it in the 109. I think also in the Spitfire as well. I can turn the camera back on now because you don't just look at. Look, there we go. So I've seen it in those, but that was quite horrendous. There we were coming in a few hundred feet off the deck, and I'm not kidding. I almost wish I had a camera on the yoke so you could see how I was having to fight it. But the aircraft almost at times it felt like it wanted to flip on its top. It was absolutely insane, and you could see the effect that it had on the approach. And then all of a sudden, it's like it had passed through that kind of belt of crazy turbulence and air, and just like that, it felt normal again, and I was able to get control back, and thankfully we were able to land it. But that was very strange. And then of course the other one is the taxiways being a different designation at the airport, or the exit point being a different designation at the airport than it was in Navigraph. So yeah, a bit frustrating, especially as the developer has updated this recently. Obviously there's been a change, and it's just one of those things, but I think what I will need to do in future is, because as I say, these flights for me are all about learning, is make sure perhaps I'm using the maybe got to get the BeyondATC map ready so that when they give an instruction like that, hopefully it will show me what exit point the ATC is seeing, and then I can correlate that to what I'm seeing on the Navigraph. Maybe that's the way forward. Funny enough, I've not had that happen at any other airport, so I get maybe it's just Dublin's a little bit iffy at the moment, but who cares, because we're about to get the Guinness, and that's what it's about. That's what we came here for. Anyway, listen, huge thank you to you for coming along on this flight and for trusting me with keeping you safe and all that kind of stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've loved it. It's great fun doing this sort of thing. It's great fun doing something different, chucking myself in the deep end. It's all about learning. As I said right at the beginning, I don't make these videos to be a tutorial to show anyone how to do it. It's practice for me, it's learning for me, and I just happen to humiliate myself by doing it in the full glare of publicity by sticking it onto YouTube. But there you go, that's what it's about. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the Saturday. If you aren't in the Discord already, there was a link posted by Streamlabs just before, but if I can find where my mouse pointer has gone, there we go. I will just pop it in the chat again. As I was saying earlier on, we have a great little Discord and really nice community of people who are into warbirds, general aviation and helicopters. They're the kind of three, I hate to use this phrase, but the three pillars of the channel are general aviation, helicopters and warbirds, and a really nice bunch of people. Some who are only into one particular type, a lot who are into the whole thing, and a lot of different mixture of experience and ages as well. So very lucky to have such a good community, and that is what it is all about. The Discord is only as good as the community, and I'm just very lucky to have a good one. So thank you to you guys. Thank you again to you for watching. Enough of my waffle. Time to get on with your day, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.